Hi, Detective Dan here, back on the job, and I have 3 cases to solve with you today. Firstly, case number 1. Is Joe harming Jack's chances of winning? Now, there's a few different ways of looking at this. First of all, both the twins together are very funny. They both have very different senses, different humours though, different style of humour. Jack is kind of almost just like young at heart, very funny and naturally funny. Joe uses a lot of sarcasm, which sometimes can go a little bit too far.
Dan, please. Don't patronise me and don't speak down to me.
I'm not patronising you.
Don't ever think you can speak down to me, because I swear to God you can't.
Are you actually joking me, mate? Jesus.
I'm not your mate at the moment, and don't call me that either.
Right, fine.
Good.
So in that sense, you could say that he is harming Jack's chances of winning, because Jack is more kind of just laid back with his sense of humour, whereas Joe can sometimes, as I say, push things a little bit too far. Another reason that Joe potentially could be harming Jack's chances of winning is that when Gina and Dexter came out of the safe house, they suggested that Joe was the bitchy twin. I didn't necessarily see evidence of that myself, but you have to take on board Dexter and Gina's opinion, because they were in the safe house watching on secret cameras for 5 days, so they would have seen another side to Joe that perhaps Detective Dan did not see in the house. But ultimately, no, I don't think Joe really is harming Jack's chances of winning the show. So, case 2 for me to solve with you today is the curious case of Callum. Is he the Mr. Nice Guy that he likes to present himself as in the house? I would argue not. I think Callum is a nice person, but all the way through the process, I felt his niceness is sometimes awkward. It doesn't feel natural to me. He tries too hard sometimes to say the right thing, or overemphasises things unnecessarily, which comes across to me as not being natural. I think when he was challenged by a few of the housemates around his niceness and being Mr. Nice, he kind of felt that he then had to show another side of him quite quickly and turned into Mr. Cocky and Mr. Arrogant at times.
I'm enjoying it, am I? Yeah. Your smile says different. I reckon you're enjoying it.
Which again, for me, felt too try hard. It felt awkward and it didn't feel natural. Yeah, there are times with his infatuation of Charlie where I just have to leave the room, because I can't stand the facial expressions. I can't stand the kind of belief in his head that he still might get somewhere there, because I think he still kind of deep down believes or hopes that he will, but I think Charlie's way out of his league. So, the third and final case for me to crack today is, does Dexter have genuine feelings for Charlie? Now, I'm a bit up and down in my feeling on this one. I think he likes Charlie and they have a connection, there's no doubt about that. As far as romantically, sexually attracted to her, I'm not convinced.
You're the person that I've actually got feelings for.
No, I don't believe that for a second. I know how you look at people. You don't look at me in that light, you look at her in that light.
No,
I think that's all a big divert.
No.
I think he's using it as a ploy to create some airtime for himself in the house, a bit of a storyline that he thinks the public are going to enjoy and want to see more of, hence keeping him in the house for a longer period. I think he's a nice guy, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere with Charlie if it is genuine, which I probably think it isn't. So thank you for listening to my evidence today, and please be assured if there's any more cases to solve in the future, I may be back.